Hey everyone, welcome to this part 2 of the Renko video series. In the last video, we learned what Renko charts are and how they are built brick by brick. But how are they actually different from candlestick charts and Heikin Ashi is what we'll be focusing on in this particular video. As you can see here, we are looking at candlesticks charts on the left side and Renko charts on the right side. Both are showing us this same thing that happened during the same time frame. But here candlesticks represent a particular time capsule as we've all seen in the previous video. So here this is showing us what happened in the market on this particular day, whereas this is the open price, this is the close price, this is the high, and this is the low. Okay, so it is showing what happened during this timeline. Okay, the best thing about candlesticks is that you get to see a detailed version of what happened, but that's its drawback as well. Whenever it is too much in detail, it creates a lot of chaos, as you can see here. So you clearly do not know where the market is heading. So that is the main drawback of candlestick charts. If we'll have to look at the second type of chart that we learned, which is Heikin Ashi charts. Heikin Ashi charts are better at identifying trends than candlesticks charts, but they also have one of the con, which is that these are not real values, right? While they show us the trend, these are not real prices that have been quoted. There is a lag between the real price and this because these are generated based on averages which are based on the real prices. So there is a lag and these are not real prices, which is the main drawback of Heikin Ashi charts. These two problems are fixed by Renko charts. Because Renko charts, it makes the whole process of looking at a chart so much simpler. It doesn't care about time like how we see in candlestick charts or about averages how we see in Heikin Ashi charts. It just takes into account price. So if X value is achieved, only then the market goes up. If X value is coming down, only then the market comes down. Okay, it does not take into consideration any other factor, which is why the same thing that we are able to see now is so smooth here, whereas it is all clustered and the direction is not clear here. Okay, so that is the reason why many prefer Renko charts. Okay, but there is one important thing that we need to understand, which is price based versus time based. What is the actual difference? Okay, so all these charts, which are the candlestick and Heikin Ashi, these are time based charts. Okay, so that is irrespective of the actual price movement at a particular time frame that you have chosen. Okay, let's say I've chosen 15 minutes. So irrespective of what has how much the price has moved, a candle will be plotted showing you what happened in that 15 minutes. The same goes with Heikin Ashi as well. Okay, irrespective of what has happened, at the end of 15 minutes, a candle is plotted showing you what has happened. Whereas in a price based chart, okay, which is Renko, it is based only on price as the factor. So here, irrespective of it taking 1 minute, 1 hour, or 1 day, only if this value that is set is achieved, only then a new brick is formed. So that is the most important reason why Renko is preferred. There is one more important thing that we need to understand. At this point, Renko is plotted on a daily time frame. Okay, what does daily time frame mean is irrespective of how many blocks are created, that many number of blocks will be blocked at the end of the day. That means, let's say there are 5 blocks created. Okay, let's say this happened at 12 p.m. Okay, and then by 3 p.m. the market actually came down by 2 blocks. So here, instead of plotting 2 reds, the market will remove 2 greens because it will only take into account the action that has happened once this time frame is closed. So if you choose the time frame as 1 minute, that means every 1 minute it will check if a candle is formed. If that is formed, then that is blocked. That means there is not going to be any changes after that. If you select a higher time frame, that is a day, that means until the end of that day, whatever has happened, it will let it happen. It will let the price move as is. Only after the end of the day, at that point where the market has stopped, that is where it will lock in the bricks. Okay, understanding this is extremely important because this is where a lot of things come into play. Okay, now we understood that Renko is basically a price based chart. It only takes into account the price, and the time frame that we choose, that is the time frame in which this gets locked, right? So time frame, keep this in mind. This is extremely important. We'll be discussing it in the future. The purpose of this Renko chart is that it shows clearer trends, it gives fewer false signals, and it eases the decision making for the traders. Okay, so that is the reason why Renko charts are predominantly used. The most important part about Renko is choosing the right brick size. Okay, this becomes a make or a break situation for Renko charts, predominantly because these Renko blocks decide on the sensitivity of the blocks. If the block size is too little, okay, then there will be too many blocks that will be created. If the block size is too big, then there will be too less a block and too less signals for trading. So deciding on the brick size is the most important factor in Renko. There are 3 ways of deciding a brick size, and that we will be discussing in part 3. In part 3, as I mentioned in part 1, there will also be a surprise. Before that, let us try and understand the problem statement, right? As I told you that here in trading view, you can only select Renko chart in a daily time frame. Okay, that means the charts, irrespective of how they are created, it can only be blocked at the end of the day. Let's say you want to lock the charts at every 1 minute. Is it possible? Let us see. If I click on this, trading view asks me for a premium plan. Let us see how much this premium. Okay, so if I look at this premium plan, this is costing me almost 4,000 a month, and that is almost 48,000, right? Even if let's say save 12,000 a year, I'm still shelling out almost 36,000 just to have intraday Renko at 1 minute time frame. Okay, so for a beginner, that is a lot of money, and I don't think shelling out a lot of that makes any sense. So in part 3, I will be teaching you on how to master the brick size, and I'll also be teaching you on how to save this 38,000 and still be able to use Renko like this. Okay, so let's see you in part 3.